Good evening, fellow students. Welcome to Channel 106 at 6. Tonight we have an intriguing reportage of Campus Ministry USA. As many of you probably know, Campus Ministry USA is a religious organization on college campuses around the country that preach to students as they go about their day. Recently, here on Purdue's campus, there's been an increasing amount of displeasure and questioning by the students of their actions and messages that they're sending out. We took this opportunity to investigate the reasons behind the preachers' messages and how they're affecting students. Now we're going to our field reporter, Sebastian. Sebastian?
On certain days around campus, you will find many people crowding around a preacher, either voicing their displeasure or nodding in agreement to what is being said. We recently decided to walk up to this crowd and listen for ourselves. In the hour that our crew was there, we saw two different reactions by the people in the crowd to two different preachers. The reaction to the first preacher was generally educated and not extremely controversial. People left with displeasure at some of the things he said, but the crowd's reaction to the second preacher was the one that shocked us. He was a younger gentleman who began yelling radical ideas, statements that were much different than the first preachers.
Yes! They get pregnant! Yes! They get pregnant for having sex outside of marriage, and they kill their baby! They murder their baby!
Oh.
That's disgusting! That is why you deserve hell! Yes! You deserve hell!
As you saw, the crowd reacted with harsh questions, obviously hurt and disgusted by what was being said. After this reaction continued for 10 minutes, we approached their leader to ask him a few questions. We first decided to ask the reason why they were on campus and what they're trying to get across to students.
Education all their life to deny what they intuitively know to be true.
Okay.
And that angers God.
Yeah.
And so we're here to confront sin. We adopt this message because it's biblical and because it's effective. We've got the attention of, 50 students out here. That's not what we're emphasizing because they love their sin. They practice sin. They love it. They need to come to hate sin and be willing to forsake it. Then I'll start talking about God's love, mercy, and forgiveness.
After hearing these answers and knowing via the press how shocked students were with their approach, we asked why they chose to preach in this particular way and how has it affected the people.
I regularly get emails, letters from students saying how they were positively influenced by our ministry.
Okay.
Sometimes it go like this. Brother Jed, you visited my campus years ago. Sometimes they'll say decades ago. You made me mad. I argued with you. I cursed you. You made me so mad, I started reading the Bible to try to prove you wrong. And I read it, it made sense to me. I started going to church again. Finally surrendered my life to Jesus. They'll say, Brother Jed, you were the turning point. You were the one who really got me thinking.
After hearing the answers to the questions we posed, our next action was to investigate how students felt about Campus Ministry USA. The students that we talked to while the preachers were speaking felt that the preachers were attacking them and that they shouldn't speak out the way they were. I recently got an interview I held with a freshman on campus who identifies herself as a Lutheran Christian. I asked her how she feels about them and why. She responded, quote, "It's ridiculous. I want to be able to walk to class without being yelled at. And if they truly identify themselves as Christians, I would have to disagree with their message and approach here on campus," end of quote. Now, Chris. She was obviously distraught over the topic and shed some light onto how students felt. This whole Campus Ministry USA topic is a strange one that prompts some students to file a petition. But because of the Bill of Rights, these preachers are protected by the First Amendment to express their opinion. They believe it is the best and only way to warn students about the dangers of sin. Reporting live from Wiley and Clark, this is Sebastian.
Thank you, Sebastian, for that intriguing story. I personally do not like walking through campus being yelled at and believe that they should truly change their approach to students. That is all the time we have for today. Thank you for tuning in, and just remember, IU sucks.